Hello YouTube, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another wrestling review. I'm of course joined by my fellow cohort and internet superstar Joe. Say hi, Joe. It was new One Piece yesterday. Well, anyway, it's Sunday night. Time for some pay-per-view wrestling. Which pay-per-view, you may ask? Well, WWE Hell in a Cell. If you're asking yourself if didn't we just have a pay-per-view, then you're right. We just did. It's just 2 weeks removed from Night of Champions, which was lackluster to say the least. So, with little to no build, will the WWE deliver a stinker, or will it give up the goods? I got my notes. Let's get started. Opening match: Christian versus Sheamus. A match that really no one really cared about. But, surprisingly enough, it was a very good match. Christian was still being the smarmy little bastard, the creepy little bastard everyone had told him to be, and Sheamus was hella over with the crowd as he was beating the living crap out of them. It was a very back and forth matchup. Christian's countering style versus Sheamus's all over brawl style. Hold on a second. There you go. This was a very back and forth matchup. At one point, Sheamus seemed like he was gassed for a bit, and Christian was still ready, and this was just a very good matchup. In the end, Sheamus wins with a bro kick, and there you go. Very good opening match. I didn't care. I didn't care about it at first, but hey, it's a great match. I will say this: Jerry the King Lawler is still legitimately injured, so filling in for him tonight will be Booker T. Next matchup: Sin Cara 1 versus Sin Cara 2, or as Cole, JR, and Booker have decided, it's going to be Sin Cara Black or Sin Cara Negro versus Sin Cara Azul or Sin Cara Blue. This was a damn good match. This was Lucha Libre wrestling at its absolute best. I mean, these two were going move for move, high-flying counter after high-flying counter. I mean, you really didn't know what to expect out of these two. I was seeing moves that I've never seen on American television before, or at all. And the styles really kind of clashed with each other. It was just very good. And I have to say, the commentating tonight was just on spot. I mean, Cole wasn't being such a heelish twit. Booker was barely flubbing at all. I mean, he came up with the idea of calling Sin Cara Black Sin Cara Negro, and Cole agreed with him. He's like, I like that. That's a good book. Thanks. And they were just throwing Spanish around all the time. And but this was an excellent match. A shame the crowd didn't care. Even they started doing chants of boring. You shame me, New Orleans. But anyway, after an epic battle, Sin Cara Azul, Sin Cara Blue, Sin Cara 1, whatever you want to call him, the original Sin Cara beats his black replacement. Excellent match. Let's see. Next match, the Born Kings, I'm not calling them Air Boom, takes on All American Perfection, aka Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler, for the WWE tag titles. Once again, well, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but this was a great tag match the WWE put on. I mean, you have two tag teams with contrasting styles. You have Air Boom, the Born Kings, with their high-flying style, similar to the Rockers or the Hardy Boys or the Fabulous Freebirds, and you have All American Perfection with their more ground-based technical style of wrestling. This is a great back-and-forth matchup. Either of these teams could have won. The end comes when Swagger goes for a top rope powerbomb with the assist of Dolph Ziggler. Bourne turns it into a Hurricane Rana and rolls up to a pin. Ziggler tries to save him, but Kofi's outside and pulls his leg to prevent him from interrupting the count. 1, 2, 3. Born Kings retain. Great tag match. Kudos to all 4 of you men. Next up, the first title Hell in a Cell match. Mark Henry defends against Randy Orton. And I will say, this was another great match. It was brutal enough, but it helped that there was no blood. It was brutal. Randy Orton really took it to Mark Henry. He threw everything he had at Mark, and he really used the cell to his advantage. I've never seen Mark Henry beaten down like that, but Mark just took it in stride and just powered his way through. Randy at the end comes when Randy finally lands the RKO, but it's not enough to put Mark away. So, when in doubt, go for the punt. But he is countered in the punt by Mark Henry into the world's strongest slam. Mark Henry retains. Good booking. Mark Henry has been booked as an unstoppable juggernaut of a wrestler. And for him to lose to Randy Orton now in his first pay-per-view defense would hinder all that booking. Plus, Randy's better off chasing belts than actually owning them. After the cage goes up, Mark decides to induct Randy Orton to the Hall of Pain with the chair. Randy gets out of the way and uses the chair to start beating Mark senseless. Mark Henry actually starts to run away, but Randy gives chase, and Mark is finally able to escape with a very pissed off Randy Orton. I like it. Next up, Cody Rhodes comes out and shoots a promo where he decides to abandon the current Intercontinental belt in favor of the classic one. You know the one I'm talking about, the white belt. Awesome. This belt has been held by some of the greatest competitors in the history of this business, from the excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart, to Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, to Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and ooh yeah, Macho Madness man, Randy Savage, yeah. But yeah, Johnny Ace comes out. I fucking hate him as a character, and he announces that Triple H has announced a title match between Cody Rhodes and John Morrison. This is just a filler match to stretch things out, but it was a pretty good filler match. At first, Cody Rhodes didn't seem like he was interested, and he just kept trying to find ways out of it, and Morrison kept pulling it back in, but eventually Cody was able to pick up the win and retain the belt, as he should. You don't bring out the classic Intercontinental title and just drop it to another guy. Backstage, Triple H is chewing out Johnny Ace for booking a match without his consent. This is interrupted as the Awesome Truth are caught jumping the tag champions, the Born Kings. So in other words, the Born Kings just got. Next up, Beth Phoenix versus Kelly Kelly, Divas title. I have to say, this was a pretty damn good Divas match. I'm going to freely admit that. Kelly Kelly really had some gumption as she took a hell of a beating from Beth Phoenix, even though Kelly Kelly can't run the ropes for damn. Beth puts her in that submission hold that Natalya put her in on Monday, and Natalya actually grabs a mic and just starts taunting her, saying, "How does it feel? Scream! Scream!" Somehow she reaches the ropes and breaks out, and while the ref has his back turned, Natalya hits her with the mic. Then Beth hits the glam slam, 1, 2, 3. There is justice in the world of wrestling. Yes, the title goes to a woman who can finally run the goddamn ropes. Kudos to you, Beth Phoenix. It should have been done 2 weeks ago. Final match, CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio, John Cena, Hell in a Cell for the world title. This was a good match. We had a lot of the action was fast paced. Punk and Cena were of course doing their thing, but the real star of this was Alberto Del Rio. Despite this being his first Hell in a Cell, he was kind of the ring general out there. He really was dominating in the middle of that match. This was a pretty damn good match. The end sets up there was a very cool spot at one point. Ricardo Rodriguez finds the key to the cell, unlocks it, goes in, and tries to attack Cena with a lead pipe. Cena FUs him out of the ring and out of the cage. And while he's out of the cage, Alberto Del Rio hits him with the lead pipe. And while he's laid out, he takes the key and locks the cage from the inside and keeps the key, effectively cutting out John Cena out of the match and ensuring that we have a new champion. That is the first time someone's actually done something like that in the Hell in a Cell, and it's very smart, and I liked it. So effectively, it became a one-on-one match between Alberto Del Rio and CM Punk. When Cena finally gets to, he realizes he's locked out and he can't get in. The key is with Alberto Del Rio. I myself and a few others were thinking that they were going to go for a whole Super Cena Saiyan thing, where he rips the door off off his hinges with his bare hands, but that doesn't happen. Alberto taunts him with the pipe and then lays into Punk. 1, 2, 3. Alberto Del Rio is your new champion, and he really earned it. As the cage goes up, but wait, there's more! As the cage comes up, both Cena jumps in the ring to attack Alberto Del Rio, but Cena is in turn attacked by two mysterious individuals who turn out to be Awesome Truth. Da-da-da-da. Awesome Truth the cage gets lowered back down, and Awesome Truth just unleashes on all three of them. Johnny Ace and Triple H are trying to get the door open. All the whole roster, the whole locker room lights out as they're trying to get into the cage. The cops come in and they try to break in with some bolt cutters. They finally get in, and Miz and Truth surrender themselves, and they walk out heads held high. And then Triple H comes in and he starts beating the crap out of both of them. Johnny Ace tries to pull him off of him, but Johnny Ace gets a punch for his own thing. It is chaos, anarchy at Hell in a Cell in New Orleans. And as Miz and Truth are led away, the people try to calm Triple H down. And that is Hell in a Cell. My thoughts, despite the shitty build this pay-per-view got, it was great. I can't say anything bad about this pay-per-view. The matches ranged from good to great to excellent. There were some great promos, especially by Mark Henry and Alberto Del Rio. We had some great backstage moments, and the right people got over for a change. Hell, I can't even complain about the commentary. Michael Cole wasn't as annoying as before. JR was doing his thing, and Booker T was being Booker, but less flubby and incoherent. I have nothing bad to say about this pay-per-view. It was great. This is WWE's I'm sorry for the lackluster Night of Champions. And I gotta give it up to them. But alas, I got a D-cell battery award to hand out. And who is it he's going to be, you might ask? Well, it's not to a wrestler, it's not to an angle, it's not even to Michael Cole. It's for the audience at New Orleans. How dare you, you dumbasses! Boo! Sin Cara versus Sin Cara. That match was excellent. That was one of the, even though there were few botches, they were covered up by some great in-ring wrestling by two very experienced luchadors. And you have the nerve to not only not cheer this match, but say it's boring? My God, you guys don't know what good wrestling is. Do yourself a favor. Turn on Univision Sunday mornings. Watch some AAA wrestling. Look at what Lucha Libre wrestling looks like, and then see if you can boo it. So, the audience at New Orleans, I'm going to throw a D-cell battery at you. And that's my review. Tune in tomorrow when I review WWE Raw. What will be the fallout of this chaotic ending to this very intense Hell in a Cell match? What's Triple H going to do? What's Triple H going to do about Awesome Truth? And what we'll see. And Alberto Del Rio's the champion. Let's see if he can do better in this run than he did in his last run. So, until then, this is Shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, and Joe.